Hey guys, I'm back with another video, and this one I'm going to talk about Quad and Dr. G and just a couple of observations. I'm not going to go into a whole big thing, but I just wanted to make a point about one thing about Quad and Dr. G's, and I'm going to just preface it with this. I was once a little leery about why Quad was not going to have a baby with Dr. G, and I have come to a different conclusion. And so here's the thing, and I think when you talk about mature couples, because Dr. G is 50, and we don't know, and I find it kind of ironic that he's a psychiatrist, and maybe did they ever get any marital counseling? Because you would think that they would have gotten marital counseling. Now, I'm just going to tell you my own experience, and it is something that I tell other couples, and that is, give yourself 5 years minimum to decide before you make any life-changing decisions about raising a family. Now, if you're one of those couples where you've talked all that out and you decided that right away you're going to start a family, that's great. But it's very clear that Quad never wanted to have a family right away. And Dr. G's clock was ticking. And yes, men do have a biological clock, and it will tick, tick, tick just as much as a woman's biological clock will tick. So I'm not surprised with Dr. G wanting to have a baby so badly, but they obviously did not really come with a plan, or maybe they did, and the time has come and Quad really doesn't want to have a baby in the scenario that she may have decided on earlier. But I always do think that it's a good idea to wait at a minimum of 5 years. When my husband and I were still dating and we were really seriously thinking about getting married, I really didn't want to have children, and he already had one child, and I was good with that. I'm thinking, I don't really want to have children, but I knew that because I was so young that no doctor would tie my tubes or anything. So I just said, listen, I don't want to have any children, and I really didn't feel emotionally I was ready to have children anyway. And I said, listen, I am not even thinking about having children. I want us to be married at least 5 years. One, I want to enjoy being a couple. I want to enjoy us going and just having that spur of the moment that we can get up and go somewhere for the weekend. We can go and stay up all night and hang out all day and not really have the cares of having a child. Because I was in the military and I knew a lot of people who got married and had children right away, and they got divorced right away, and now they're divorced and they have a kid. So I saw that early on, and I was like, that is not for me. One, I want to enjoy being a couple, and second, deep down, because I was very cynical about being a parent and all the stress that being a parent is, I'm like, I don't even know if I like you like that. I don't know. We may decide that, life is good the way it is, and we don't want to upset the apple cart, and we can be a double income, no kids kind of couple. And I really was living that life, double income, no kid kind of couple. And so I figured at 5 years we could decide, do we want to enjoy our life and keep enjoying it the way it is, or do we really want to start a family? And so I've always prescribed to that wait 5 years, because you can start to do the things that you want to personally handle and pursue and all that, and because your life does change. I mean, I am just starting to enjoy my life second time around because my children are practically grown. I've got 2 children who are in their late 20s, and I have a 19-year-old and 18-year-old, almost 19-year-old. And I have a 16-year-old, and so I can now do some of the things, and my husband and I can do some of the things that we wouldn't have done before because our kids were little and we were knee deep in the throes of raising children. So, and revisiting that is important. I don't believe in bringing a child into a situation that is not the most desirable. I would never prescribe for a woman to have a child. We were all looking at Lisa Nicole Cloud sideways when she was trying to have a baby with Dr. Darren, and Dr. Darren was busy, doing a whole bunch of mess. And children will not bring you together when you are not in an ideal situation. And I will have the hard conversation with my ladies, whether you don't have children yet or you have children and you are thinking about the next one. Because I believe a doubt is a don't. I live by that mantra. And when it comes to having babies, a doubt is a don't will always be my thing. Because I don't care we're in the 21st century. I don't care that it's 2018. The main child rearing responsibilities still and will probably always be rested on the woman. It will be rested on the woman to be the emotional, physical, nurturing parent between the two. And if you feel in your present moment that you will be a single parent, whether you think you will not get the physical help or the emotional help or the financial help, then you don't bring a child into the world. Don't do that. Don't do that. I had someone give me some really great advice early on in my marriage. And she said, if you can handle the 2 Ds on your own, meaning death or divorce, and you still want a child, then go for it. Because if you're okay through death and divorce and you want to have X amount of children and you're okay with that, then you move on. If there's something you don't think you can handle and only you know that, only you know what you think you can handle, then don't do it. Don't do it. And I can't say I fault Quad if she doesn't want to move forward, because you as a woman, you are foolish to think that this baby that you have carried along for 9 months and birthed, that you are not going to bear the full responsibility or the majority of the responsibility of raising this child. And so if you don't feel like you're going to get that partner that you feel you need to have a child, I say absolutely not. Do not have a baby. Do not have a baby. And like every contract, they need to be the terms need to be renegotiated until we have the meeting of the minds and we can both be okay that it's a win-win situation. I would never let anybody bully me into having a baby when deep in my spirit, I don't feel I'm going to get what I need if I had this baby. So I'm with Quad on that. So let me know what you think about that. I will say this. Some people may say that Quad is being selfish. And I would say, as a woman, you do have the right to be selfish because you have the most to lose. You have the most to lose as far as your body, putting your body through a lot. You have the most to lose as far as your independence because your role as a woman changes when you become a mother. You have the most to lose about how you may go through your working world, your working career. You do have the most to lose. And because you have the most to lose, I think you should play close to the vest with your decision of how you are going to bring life into the world. So I would say, yeah, she's being selfish, but that doesn't mean it's a bad thing. So sometimes being selfish is the best form of love you can give yourself, especially when you're talking about bringing another human being into the world. So those are my thoughts on that, and love, marriage, and babies. Let me know in the comments what you think. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Hey, this thing about relationships gets sticky and gets really complicated, but it's worth the discussion. Maybe this helps somebody who's on the fence with their own situation. So let me know what you think. Let's have some fun in the comments. Take care of yourself and each other. Have a wonderful Sunday, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.